So you are all hanging out in the dungeons of Castle Kronos. Specifically, you are in the crypts, although the map is labeled dungeons because it is the lowest floor. There may or may not be actual dungeons on this floor. Spoiler warning.
There were dragons in the dungeons. God damn it.
You have recovered one of the 7 gems that you have been tasked by the Dread Kronos with collecting before you can face him and end this nightmare.
The blue one.
It only took us 5 hours.
In other news, the curse on Arturos has evolved. Good news, Arturos no longer has to speak in rhyme. He does have to speak in puns. Just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're down here in the dungeon. Where would you like to go? There's still a couple of very good crypts that you have not opened.
I'd like a nap,
Yeah,
please.
it was time for a straw slumber party.
We're gonna Totoro this shit.
Yes,
I
cuddle
believe
pile.
was the plan.
I forgot Alviva's immune to critical hits because of her breastplate, so she only takes regular damage from critical hits. That was perhaps a factor that should have been accounted for last session.
So your inattentiveness almost killed your mommy's character.
Yes.
Great.
Oops. I like that I got no blame. That's cool.
Your inattentiveness and also a dragon that was also a robot.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm just gonna go lie down in that hay.
In the hay where the horse on fire used to be?
Yeah.
All right, sounds great. Sounds like a
rolling
really
hay.
good plan.
I'm doing the same.
All right.
We're not rolling in the hay, let's be clear here.
Cacophony will just kind of keep watch.
All right. How long is this going to be a short rest for everyone?
I need spell slots.
I don't even think you cast anything last time.
I'm pretty sure I'm looking at some 0s and 1s here in my spell list.
All right, so you are going to take like a full 8-hour rest in the crypts of this extremely haunted castle. That's what I'm hearing.
Listen, it's been a day.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it's been like 2 hours that you've been
Okay, we got up this morning
It was a challenging 2 hours.
Landed in a shanty town. A hot wolf left. We walked over to talk to an irritating captain, gave him a sword that's probably a terrible idea. Then this happened. I'm tired.
all right, then go ahead and take your long rest. Cacophony, give me a perception check.
Got it. She will ask for Mr. Hurst to take 3rd shift, I guess, because she can take 2 of those shifts. But let me give my perception check here. 22.
22. Great. You're being watched.
Yeah, figured that.
Weren't we always being watched?
Yeah, it's Castle Kronos. He is always watching. We are here to amuse him, etc., etc.
Yeah, no, yes. Yes.
Yes, and.
Also, you are being more actively watched. You can, like, feel it, but you can't see what is watching you currently.
Well, that's ominous. Cacophony idly starts doing, like, a little dance.
Like,
to keep the eyes entertained.
This is more bullshit, isn't it?
what sort of dance?
Ooh, what sort of dance? She'll start by going through them. She'll do, like, a single Charleston, which is really awkward.
just one quick Charleston.
Yeah, just one quick Charleston, and then she'll start doing like.
Are you gonna Vogue?
She'll Vogue. She'll do some like weird robot dancing. She'll flip onto and do like a handstand. I got the acrobatics for it. Don't make me roll it.
How you feel about jazzercise?
Oh, I should jazzercise in Zumba.
You got some leg warmers?
But as she's on her hands, she'll start doing like a little hand dance with like her legs twisting, and then she'll do some like aerobic gymnastics where she's like back bending and like twisting and stuff, just keeping the eyes entertained.
Do like the Crystal Pepsi stuff.
Mr. Hurst only knows how to skank.
She'll skank Mr. Hurst when he wakes up.
I would not have pegged Mr. Hurst as a rude boy. He seems Great. Give me a performance check.
Okay. Hold on, I have a spell for this, and since I haven't slept yet, I'm going to use my spell, Unearthly Chorus, which gives me a little musical background, and also gives me advantage on performance checks.
We're trying to sleep.
23!
Alright. You see, sort of floating towards the edge of the darkness, coming closer to get a better look before it vanishes back into the shadows, a floating green, one-eyed, four-tentacled thing with its tongue hanging out.
Huh.
I feel like that's a song.
Which I could show you. It's the dancing has. This is the thing you get a brief glimpse of.
Oh, I know what that is.
Oh, I know what that is, too! I hate those guys. Cacophony eyes that, but she just keeps dancing! For now!
Everybody has gotten their rest, I assume, which means that everyone should make a Constitution saving throw.
She will eventually switch off with somebody else, with Mr. Hurst, probably, and when she does, and kind of, she goes, watch out for the eyeball, and then she goes back to bed.
Okay. Mr. Hurst is just kind of going to be here.
How much HP do you get back on a long rest in 5th edition? All of it?
Yeah, you should be back to full.
Amazing.
I got a 9.
Wow.
22!
Oof.
Arturo's got a 23.
18.
You know, I set the DC on this one pretty low.
Are you gonna fuck me up, Christopher Sims?
Yes, you did not sleep well.
Great.
You have received a level of exhaustion.
Great.
You're back up to full hit points and everything, but you are exhausted.
Where do
So
I
you have
mark that
disadvantage
here?
on ability checks. Just ability checks.
Okay.
Yes. Hopefully you won't need to use any abilities.
Yeah, can't imagine that coming up. Thanks, Chris. Glad we're friends.
Listen, I didn't make you roll a 9.
So as all of you wake up, Cacophony idly gets up and dusts her hand through her hair, and then she says, "So, I noticed something while on watch.
Okay.
I was doing some dances and stuff because I felt like I was being watched, and I know all of you know that part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I noticed it looked like a beholder, but with less eyes. Is what I noticed.
Fewer.
Fewer eyes.
The voice of Kronos cuts in. Fewer.
Thank you, sir.
When it is a countable number, it is fewer.
I went to correct it and was like, I don't know if Alviva would know.
Arturo's definitely didn't know.
She would definitely not
So
care.
it looked like a beholder, but as he says, with fewer eyes.
Okay. Where did it go?
It's kind of blinked in and out of the shadows, you know. You know how these things are. It also had an excessively long tongue, which, you know.
No, I don't know.
I
actually don't know either.
Can you explain?
No, I'm not going to explain to you. You should just know.
Well, but
I don't think we've read that book in book club yet.
It's there.
Can we read it next?
Yes, of course.
Oh no.
It's called In the Eye of the Beholder.
That's really on the nose.
All right, let's get looking for more orbs.
Yeah, let's get back up the stairs. I was thinking about it last night, and I think let's see if we can get that one that's definitely in the Arboretum.
Okay.
No more exploring tombs?
I feel like we've raided enough tombs for tonight.
Fine. Fine. Alright, back up to the ground floor. Presumably you're going back up the big spiral staircase.
Right.
Yes.
Here we are, back in the conservatory, the greenhouse, the arboretum.
All right, I'm going to just sort of head over to this dead tree.
Uh-huh.
Hey, anybody got like I have like blunt instruments. Anybody got a knife?
Cacophony pulls out one of like 4 daggers and hands it over.
Right, cool. Thanks. Let's see. Which one is this one? Okay.
Would you like to use my pole instead?
No, I think I need it. Wait. Okay. Jill's gonna take the dagger and just kind of like cut a little bit on herself and just sort of like squeeze it and try to get a drop into the soil underneath the dead tree here.
As the drops of blood fall onto the soil, one of the branches of the dead tree comes to life and snaps out, wrapping around your wrist and holding it very tightly.
Yeah, that's typical.
Yeah, you cut your hand?
Yeah, more or less.
You did the classic adventure move of cutting your hand?
Well, not right on the palm. That's stupid. This was more of like pricking of the thumb.
Alright, then a second branch with a very sharp point comes in and stabs you in the thumb.
Ow!
Ah,
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
Ah, splinters!
I don't think this is as nice as my plant encounter.
Make sure to talk to your corpse flower.
Yeah, I know. I'm figuring out what to say.
Jill, make a Constitution saving throw. While that's happening, you can tell that like the corpse flower has like smoothed out its leaves.
By the way, Jill, this is a
little
saving
bit.
throw, not an ability check, so you don't have disadvantage on this.
Yeah.
Also, by the way,
20.
Jill, Cacophony
I
is...
just got a 20.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it.
Cacophony was going to pat your shoulder, go, Jill, you can do it, so still have a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
That lasts 10 minutes, so you got time.
Okay.
You take 3 points of damage, but you feel a not insignificant amount of blood leaving through your thumb, which is very weird.
It's a lot of blood through someplace where there's not that many veins.
And as it drains, the dead tree sort of blooms with these very, obviously blood red flowers, and the trunk twists and a knothole opens up, revealing a green gem about the size of your fist sitting in the trunk.
I was wondering where this was going.
There we go.
Yeah.
Alright, that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to go!
And just since it's been a while, find green where it ought to be, but isn't. Offer what the vampire craves to sate the thirst of its guardian.
Yeah.
Okay, that was cool. Can I have my hand back now?
Yes, you are released from the tree.
Great. That was cool.
Yeah, you feel a little lightheaded. You feel like maybe you should get some juice and a cookie.
Or maybe some soup, maybe some free soup.
Also, your thumb hurts real bad.
Yeah, ow.
Alviva's gonna very casually walk over to the corpse flower. Not like looking right at it. Trying to be chill.
One of its like blooms, like kind of like a couple of them kind of rotate to look at you, and then one of them like shuts, like it's not blooming, and then opens again. And that's how flowers work. This is permanent, by the way. This card is permanent.
Alviva tries to wink back, but as we've established, that is just closing both of her eyes. But in kind of a squinty way.
Is that a smolder? Is she smoldering?
She's trying. Give the girl credit, she's trying.
There's an awkward silence, and then Alviva looks over her shoulder and is like, so what do I say? Cacophony, help.
Complimented foliage.
Compliments foliage, talk from the heart!
You look very verdant.
Yeah, good. Vernon's good.
That's good.
The leaves darken a little bit. The green color darkens a little bit on the leaves.
Yeah, a blushy plant.
Yeah.
We should probably go.
It swings around one of its adventurer corpses
Oh, no.
and like kind of holds it out. Like huh?
Thank it.
It's for you.
Oh,
Thank it.
thank you.
You've always wanted a corpse.
Does it have any stuff?
No, oddly enough, it does not have any stuff. It does have it was at one time an adventurer. They do have a belt with where a scabbard would be, but no weapons. It seems like perhaps those have been stripped away from this corpse before it was eaten by this large bush.
That's too bad. Oh, I figured it out. I go through my pack. I'm like, aha. And I take some berries out of my trail mix kind of thing, and I'm like, here. Hey, you gave me humany stuff, I give you plant stuff.
Honestly, offering a plant berries is literally the same as offering a human being a dead body.
I know, right?
It's very comfortable.
I figured it out.
The corpse flower extends another leaf and kind of like cups it and takes the berries.
And the leaf brushes my hand just the littlest bit. I pull my hand back.
Yeah, the corpse flower turns away suddenly.
Do we want to go up the stairs?
we should, this is a great interaction. We should probably just leave this as is. We should get out while the getting's good.
Let's go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Somebody hold on to Arturos' hand, please.
I'll be honest. I'm a little too sick to be clever, which puts me at Arturos' intelligence level. So can he just be struck with laryngitis for his bad rhyming yesterday?
Sure. That's perfectly fine.
All right.
You're going up these stairs, right? Okay.
Yes, I will wave goodbye to my botanical bow and...
Artie stares longingly.
Botanical!
No!
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Cacophony?
Yes?
You sound like you actually know me a little. Is any of, like, Arturos' thing seems to be mutating? Do you recognize me at all?
You're Juliana. You introduced yourself to me about 45 minutes ago. Well, 45 minutes plus 8 hours of sleep, I suppose. You introduced me to you about that long ago, but I'm very good at pretending to know people, dear.
Oh. Sure. That tracks.
You are on a nice little balcony overlooking the conservatory there. There are a couple of very comfortable-looking chairs sitting up there, and a large set of...
I have a feeling we should not sit on that chair.
They look very comfortable, though.
Oh, they look so comfortable, though.
No, Arturos.
And there is, of course, a very large set of metal doors behind you to the west, much like the ones that you came through that had that pastoral scene that turned out to be very, very bad.
Great.
Is there a scene on them that turns out to be very, very bad?
There's actually nothing on this side.
Huh.
It's metal,
side.
but there's no filigree or metal work on this one.
Mr. Hurst, will you be first through the doors?
Yeah, I guess. He goes over and just... Is there a way to open the doors?
Yes, there is a handle. They pull towards you.
Okay. He's going to pull the door open a little bit and see what happens.
It reveals a dark hallway.
Okay, he's going to pull it open all the way.
I will reveal this to you. You were greeted...
You can't go all the way without protection.
With the sight of a, it's like another, 70-foot hallway.
Oh, there's not going to be a bonk friend in this one. Guys, I miss our bonk friend.
I do miss. I love our bonk friend.
Bonk.
You want me to turn on your Roomba? Sit here with me right now.
No, that's fine. It's not the same.
I just looked up this room in my notes. This is floor 2, room 5. Perfectly normal hallway.
Oh, god damn it!
Oh, it's fine then.
Cacophony's going to study the floor and the walls for signs of trappage. Is there anything, peering through that will notice sensors? Is there any, sort of trip sensors? Is there anything sort of like a sensor pad where you can step on it and there's going to be anything?
The text that I have written to read aloud when you enter this hallway is as follows. Don't worry about it.
Christopher,
Yes?
why are you like this?
It's a fun game.
It's a game of choices.
Not you two.
Thank you. Did Cacophony want to do a quick search from where you stand just outside this room?
Yes, that'd be nice. No, not just a quick search. She's going to study the floors. This looks suspicious even to Cacophony.
I think if we just run through really fast, nothing bad could happen.
That's not a bad idea.
I agree.
What'd you get on that check?
What was it, perception or investigation?
Perception.
Okay. A 10. Not great.
You don't see anything obviously dangerous.
I was so sure the words out of your mouth were going to be, this hallway is perfectly normal.
Yeah, it looks like your opinion.
In my opinion, this hallway looks perfectly normal.
It is a perfectly normal hallway, and you feel like you shouldn't worry about it.
We shouldn't worry about it.
We should just run through.
I'm with Arturos.
You know what looked perfectly normal? The rug that ended up being quicksand that almost ate Mr. Hurst.
To be fair, it was a very ornate rug. This is a very plain hallway.
No, Arturos, just run through it.
Sure.
It's fine. He's got the most hit points.
Arturos runs through.
Artie's gonna just book it through the hallway?
Yeah.
All right,
Duck and
when you
weave.
get right there, you hear a loud click. You have
About
1 second
midway?
to decide what to do.
Oh, I heard something.
Duck!
Guys.
Don't stop.
Dive backward! Dive backward!
I'll
Dive
duck.
backward!
I'll duck.
Don't
No, they said duck first. I'm gonna duck.
bop it.
You duck. Nothing happens.
Nothing happened?
Did it?
Nothing
Did it
happened.
go? Is it a swoosh?
Army crawl! Army crawl! Army crawl!
Army crawl to the other side! Army crawl to the other side!
Army crawls.
There is another click.
There's another click. Guys.
Keep army crawling! You're almost there!
Keep rolling!
Dodge roll.
Are
You
you-
can't get hit when you're dodge rolling.
Are you still crawling?
He's gonna fucking dodge roll.
It makes you go faster!
Give me an acrobatics check to see how well you
I'll
dodge
do
roll.
it. Hold on.
Make sure to move diagonally and zigzags. Makes you harder to hit.
Serpentine!
Can it be
Zag on 'em!
athletics instead?
Yes.
Sweet. I have better athletics. Oh, I got an 11.
Don't forget to jump, Artie!
Nothing happens.
Oh, thank fuck.
You have reached the opposite door. It is an iron-banded oak door. There is no filigree or decoration, just a set of doorknobs.
Alright, he, crouches for a minute with his arms outstretched, guys. I think we're okay. Guys,
Yeah?
Hi, Arthurus!
I think it was just clicky clacks.
Great! Can you open the doors?
Sure. And then I open the doors.
These doors also pull towards you.
Oh, sweet.
Weird how you didn't think to examine the doors after
Uh-huh.
dodge
No, not
rolling and
Arturos.
army crawling through. The doors open with no trouble, revealing another hallway.
Oh,
This one running north to south. There is a door at the northern end, as well as 2 doors set into the opposite walls.
it goes... It's
So-
another hallway.
Okay, Cacophony's going to run towards Arturos, but you know how, spies in ridiculous movies will, flip and backflip and back
You're doing a
handspring and,
cronk.
I'm doing a cronk, yes.
Okay.
All right, the first step you take into the room,
Oh, God, I
you
knew
hear
it.
several clicks in rapid succession.
Oh, no. I back handspring right back out.
I think it's fine. I'm just gonna calmly walk. Just power walk across this floor. No concern.
Just straight across, the middle here?
Yes.
Hang on, let me,
Uh-huh.
Like-
Yeah, you wanna draw a line?
that? You're just gonna,
Yeah.
that's the path you're gonna take?
Yeah. Not in a hurry. Just gonna walk. Chris. Oh no. That sounds like D6s.
Absolutely nothing happens. There's no click when you walk through.
I'm going to very slowly and just sort of carefully and deliberately just step, and just walk across.
There you
Just-
go.
But again, from here,
Uh-huh.
along these tiles, or are you?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
turning around and looking over my shoulder every couple of seconds.
The third step you take, there is the loudest click you have yet heard.
Oh, that didn't sound good.
It's like a ka-chunk, almost.
I
A
don't like
kerplunk.
chunks.
No, a kerplunk is something falling. A kerchunk is something locking into place.
Oh, I see.
Great. Just gonna keep on keeping on.
All right, you make it to the other side of the hallway. All right, so that leaves Cacophony and Mr. Hurst in the
Pick up
conservatory.
Mr.
From what
Cacophony.
From what Mr. Hurst has seen, this hallway is absolutely demonstrably fine. He has no reason to believe otherwise. That's right, I'm not playing your mind games, Christopher. He's just gonna pick up Cacophony and amble happily across.
Does he carry me like a princess?
Yes.
Cacophony drapes happily.
Yeah.
In
you
fact,
make
hold
it-
on a second. It's a costume change time.
Is it?
This is a good team building exercise.
Is it?
We should go
Oh, which
back.
of these is the
No.
worst? Oh, this one's definitely the worst. I hate it, and I want to wear it. Cacophony suddenly appears in a sexy Belle costume.
Belle from Beauty and the Beast? Yeah,
yes.
it's Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Oh.
And her hair even turns from like blue to for some reason red.
I think it's
With,
meant
like,
to
a
be
little poof.
auburn.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an auburn, but Belle's
Yeah.
definitely brunette.
Does Cacophony also sing a mean song about everyone she lives around?
Christopher!
Oh yeah, Annie really loves Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I also don't really care for Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, y'all can go fuck yourselves.
If Mr.
I
Hurst
mean,
gets
I do
fireballed on
constantly.
this trip, that's going to be possibly the funniest outcome.
When Mr. Hurst and Cacophony, well, I guess Mr. Hurst, Cacophony is just sort of along for the ride. When Mr. Hurst gets halfway through the hallway, all the doors shut.
No, I opened you. Artie tugs on the door.
It seems like, I mean, it's moving a little bit. It just seems like it's kind of stuck in the door frame there. You're gonna have to really give it a hard pull.
Can I? Sorry.
Congratulations, you offered them the lowest hanging fruit possible.
Can I do a strength check?
Yes, you can. No, do Mr. Hurst and Cacophony continue across the hallway after everything shuts?
Oh yeah, well, there's nowhere else to go, so he's just going to go to the end of the hall.
And I assume once again that Jill cast light on one of Alfiva's swords, so you're not in the dark.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only got
Okay.
an 8. It's stuck.
No, you open it.
Oh,
Mhm.
what?
Yeah, it was stuck a little bit, but you got it open. It opens to reveal that same hallway.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to step through before it has a chance to close again.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go through. Go through.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it!
You know what?
I remember you telling me about this fucking perfectly normal hallway, and you were describing it for your other fucking group that you built this for.
Yeah, it's a perfectly normal hallway.
Yeah,
I told you that.
I knew it was. I fucking knew it.
I read. I told you not to worry about it. That was in the text I read. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, isn't this the same hallway in Ravenloft where that fake ass Dracula just drops from the ceiling
It
and
is
like our
similar
entire
to
party
the
just
legally
lost their
distinct from
entire
that
shit?
hallway. Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was the same hallway. This fucking hallway.
Well, what door do we want to go to? I kind of want to go to this north one because it's closest to me.
What do the doors look like?
The one to the north is just a regular wooden door. The ones to the west, on the western wall, are both a little more elaborate. They are also, they're iron banded oak, but they do have designs on them, sort of carvings on them of what you would classify as like sages, like someone sort of lecturing to a crowd. Another one has what appears to be like a wizard and his spellbook.
Great, tenured
with a
professors.
very long quill.
A very long quill.
Oh, very long quill.
That looks like it's going to be a library.
Oh, I don't read.
Plain wooden door first and then library later?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Cacophony checks the wooden door for traps and then opens it.
Okay, you want to roll that check for traps? Or
No, I don't. Yes, I will.
Or are you just gonna I'm checking this for traps? Boop.
25. I got a nat 20.
You are reasonably confident that there are no traps.
Sounds good. Now, open that door.
It reveals
A broom closet. Somebody
hallway
needs to clean
of
around here.
similar size to the one that you were in, which also has a staircase at the far end going down.
This is disappointing.
There's a lot of hallways.
Well,
Yeah, it's a castle. It's gonna be mostly hallways.
well, shall we go down this hallway or shall we just start from the bottom and do door by door?
Library.
Okay.
I need comfort. I need a fucking book.
Oh, please, this isn't going to comfort you, Juliana.
No, I know. I just
It's going to be a horrifying nightmare library.
yeah, it's just gonna be full of Stephen Gamble illustration editions of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
They're
It's
going
just
to be.
gonna
They'll have shelved the fiction section by Dewey.
Nah! Every single book, it's just gonna be the fucking spider story from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Are you going in through the northernmost door or the southernmost door?
I don't know.
I think south.
Southernmost.
Sure.
It's a game of choices.
Southernmost.
The hallway that you're in is very, like, spare and stone and cold and bad. But opening this door reveals a very large, very bright room. That does in fact appear to be a library. There is a very cozy-looking fire burning in the western wall, and the walls are lined with bookshelves.
You know, this actually almost looks appealing.
How's it gonna fuck up?
There's a couple of desks with lit lanterns, and you can see that there's papers and books set out as though people have been reading and making notes. There is a sofa and a couple of very comfy-looking armchairs. Lots of rugs.
You know, I could see Indigo being in here.
Yeah. Is there a mirror?
Yes, there is in fact an extremely large mirror against the eastern wall. You notice it as you walk in.
Great. Let's check out the room before we hit that.
I stab the closest rug.
Arcturus does come in from the north door because he's bored.
You also see the same thing.
Oh, sweet. Oh, a mirror.
There's just a slight stairway
No,
going
Arturos,
in.
not yet, not
Arcturus
yet, not yet.
admires himself in the mirror.
Arturos, not yet.
I can't believe we didn't see that coming.
There is also a quite large set of double doors that look like they're like swinging doors. You know what I mean? Like you would
Saloon
find in a
doors.
store.
Like kitchen doors?
Not quite saloon, more like kitchen doors. Yeah, down at the bottom, at the southern end here.
Well,
Arturos looks in the mirror. You see a reflection of Arturos.
So beautiful. Truly, this is the best room so far.
Cacophony reaches out and pats Arturo's shoulder, awkwardly glancing in the mirror and going, okay, you just kind of by yourself. Everything's probably fine.
Listen, there's nothing for me to do here. I don't read.
You know, now's the time to ask. Don't or cannot.
I won't answer that question.
why did you think you
Don't.
would?
I
That's a
don't know.
very interesting way of putting that.
I'm gonna try to keep an eye on that little debacle down there and just sort of start wandering through and just sort of
Yeah,
eyeing the shelves
Yeah.
as I
Look the
walk
books,
by.
never step on a rug.
Stabbing
Let's just-
rugs, and also we'll stab these armchairs
Kinda like
and
headshot
couch.
horses.
There's a couch.
Okay, hang on. I need to go through this in order.
Great.
Alviva is stabbing rugs.
Yes,
And
making
a
my
full
way to the
strength.
couch, which I will then also stab.
Again, it's like headshotting a corpse in a zombie movie.
Yeah, I've been fooled once. I will not be fooled twice.
You've been fooled several times, actually.
Nothing, like your sword goes through the rug and onto the stone floor beneath. Nothing seems to happen. The sofa, kind of like, a little bit of stuffing comes out. It's a very, comfy looking overstuffed sofa. Now, Jill steps on the rug in front of the shelf here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, nothing happens. You're just standing in front of a bookshelf.
Yeah.
It is loaded up with books with their spines towards you. They are not labeled, interestingly enough. Like, the titles are not on the spines.
Is there anything on the spines?
No. I mean, they're just, books, but there's nothing written on the spines at all. They're books of various sizes and colors.
Books.
From the store.
Books.
Books. Read them.
What are some of the titles on those books?
There's none.
Oh, hang on. Do you want to get the book down off the shelf?
I mean, is Arturos going to?
This is not Arcturus. This
Okay.
is Rio. Arcturus doesn't read.
I'm gonna Jill would probably wander through a couple of shelves, note that there are no titles on all of them, and on let's say this third one here, look for a title that look for a book that looks the least threatening. The least like some kind of grimoire made of human skin.
Give me a percentile roll.
20.
20. You find a book where it's a... Let's see. Ooh, this one is interesting. It is a... the covers are actually made of wood bound with iron, set with colored glass beads. And there is a title written on the cover that identifies the book as The Manual of Planar Safety by Zybo the Cautious. It has a lock, like a diary.
Huh. Planar safety.
Mhm.
And it's locked.
Yes.
Okay. Well, gonna put that back on the shelf and pick out another one, I guess.
All right. Again,
I can't open it.
From here, from the shelf that you're in front of.
Yeah, sure.
All right, give me another percentile roll.
Just break the lock.
How dare you?
It's what I did with my sister's diaries.
66?
How many sisters do you have, Arturos?
Oh, too many. So many.
You know, earlier you said you were an only child.
Ooh.
No,
I
I
believe-
didn't say that.
66, you pull out another wood-covered book
Oh, you said you're the only son. So Cacophony's still thinking it's over.
that, this one's very large, actually, and there is gold inlay on the cover, which is actually white. It's white wood. And there's a title. What languages do you speak?
Common, Celestial, Abyssal, and Infernal.
Yeah, you can't read this cover.
Does it look like a language I might recognize, just seeing it but not being able to read it?
I don't know how common this would be in your experience, but I mean, well, you did go to Kryn, I guess. So yeah, it's Draconic.
Oh, wait. That's like mass. Shit. Hey, Hers, Alviva, no, you don't speak Draconic. Arturos. You don't happen to speak Dragon, do you? Arturos?
What? No. Sorry,
He doesn't read anyway.
I don't read.
Yeah, no, I guess that's fair.
Also, that pause was because I forgot what outfit he was wearing, and he definitely would be checking himself out for quite a while.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, looks good in the mirror.
Okay, well, I don't have fucking tongues prepared, so... And that's not really for written languages either. Ha. Well, I guess that's useless to me.
What's on these desks?
On the desks are a couple of books. One of them appears to be a ledger, actually.
Huh.
That has a series of dates. And then in the next column is a species, elf, human, Firbolg.
So, are there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new things that have an elf, a human, an Azamar, a fishman, and a hippo man?
Actually, no.
Huh.
But there's the third column is jobs, like cleric or thief, and then the fourth column is objects like swords, rings, and such. And then there is a notation in the final column with a number and a letter. Some of them appear to be in T5. Some of them appear to be in B4. Yeah, most of them are actually in B4, but a couple of them have the notation T5. You're not quite sure what it means.
Dreadspeaker Kronos, is this how they died?
You do not get an answer.
Oh.
It's not an intercom system.
There,
Well, I was hoping.
you can open up that second ledger.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but there are definitely causes of death listed.
Oh, okay, so maybe this one is just where they ended up somehow. Huh. Do any seem to match up between them? Or maybe this is where it's stored.
They're definitely the same notations as far as creature type and class, but then the next column has a location, and then the column is labeled cause of death, but it's encoded. There's one that you can see. It is a kobold cleric.
Yeah.
And the location is listed as foyer.
Great.
And the cause of death is listed as G parentheses F.
Are there any rooms in particular
Hold
that
on.
seem to be listed as more common than the others with the cause of death area?
Gargoyles.
Oh no, there's
Gargoyles
definitely...
parentheses fire.
Ding, ding, ding. Take inspiration, Annie. You figured it out. Yeah, there's honestly lots of deaths in every room.
Huh. You know, honestly, I don't think we have much to worry about, because no matter what room we're in, there's a chance we'll die.
That's the opposite of a comfort, actually.
Well, no, I'm saying, if there was, a ton in one room, we'd be worried about going into that room, but really there's no point of worrying, because we're going to die likely in any room.
That's great. Equal chance of death everywhere. You know what? That's actually a language I speak. Great.
That's comforting, really.
There seem to be, fewer entries for the higher floors of the castle, but you suspect that's just because people probably die a lot on the ground floor in the basement. They don't get up to the tower.
Ah.
So you're saying I can nap?
Juliana's wandered over to the mirror at this point.
Okay. you see a reflection of the room that you're in, and you, and all of your friends. Except I guess you probably don't see Mr. Hurst, because he is not in a position to be reflected.
I'm going to, how big is this mirror? You said how big?
Very big.
Okay.
It's about 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide.
Hey, Mr. Hurst, can you help me move this thing?
Yeah, sure. And he's gonna amble over and see if he can get that mirror off the wall.
Gonna grab it by the frame there?
Yeah.
Give me a strength check.
Sure.
And I'll assist on that.
That is a 21.
That's a very good strength check.
He's a very strong boy.
It doesn't budge.
Huh.
That looks like that should come off, right?
It does, kinda. He's gonna tap on the glass to see if there's a hollow space behind it.
I don't know if that works with a mirror, but you do get an odd sound when you tap on it. It's not like the tink 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 that you'd expect. It's more like a boom boom boom.
It's not
Maybe we need to do our own worst energy, like throw some radiant energy or something at it.
No, I don't think that's... This thing isn't on hinges, is it?
Not that you can tell. Like, it appears to just be mounted to the wall as you kind of look at the sides of it.
Okay. Seek out a place of quiet and reflection, but don't be surprised if you find your own worst enemy standing between you.
Yeah, make a perception check.
And that's at disadvantage for me, right?
Yes.
Great.
You're very tired. Lots of nightmares last night.
11?
About drawing cards. Yeah, you don't notice anything amiss. You're kind of scanning it for anything odd in the mirror, but yeah, you don't notice anything.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for anything that's not quite matching up.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm my own worst enemy. This is known. I'm a huge anxious piece of shit. How's it going?
Is this Annie or Juliana talking?
This is Juliana. Annie usually masks that with some humor, thanks.
Don't make me go in there and hug you.
No, Juliana's far more pessimistic about it.
Mr. Hurst, give me a perception check, too.
Sure. I'm not sure it'll do anything, but Mr. Hurst got a 10.
Yeah, grim. Pretty grim adventuring you guys are up to.
I think
yeah.
Alviva's been checking out the fireplace. Is it just a normal? There's a fire?
Yeah, it's very warm.
Arturos has been sitting at the fireplace.
You didn't really notice that it was extremely cold in this castle. You did sleep in a basement in a tomb.
We hit the hay.
Yeah, Mr. Hurst, I think, puts off a lot of body heat.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a nice, warm, very pleasant fire. In fact, you start to feel a little bit sleepy.
Chris, I just got it.
Yeah.
Reflection? Quiet and reflection.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do. Not personal reflection. Mirror reflection.
Sometimes words have more than one meaning.
God.
I'll wander over to also check out the mirror and see my costume for the first time.
Let's all just stand in front of it.
Don't like that.
Cacophony just stands on a desk.
Arturos is napping now.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Cacophony, give me a perception check. Specifically you.
Okay. 25.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Cacophony is the type of person who like checks herself out in the mirror.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so you're standing on the desk, kind of getting all the angles of your bell costume. And it looks great. You do notice that you sort of almost knock over the fist-sized indigo gem that's on the desk next to your feet.
Hey!
Wow.
I lean down and I pick it up.
You don't feel anything, like, in your hand, but your reflection is definitely, like, picks it up. Like, your reflection is now holding the gem. You are not.
Cacophony's gonna go try to walk into the mirror.
Alright. Yeah, you see your reflection. Are you just gonna, like, straight walk into the mirror?
Yes.
Like Jem walking into the White
Yeah, exactly.
Make a strength saving throw.
I have no strength.
Walking into Synergy's room in the fake house where she's been kidnapped.
Nat 20.
Wow, okay. Yeah. You sort of walk into it, and you kind of bounce off your own reflection, and the gem tumbles out of her/your hand onto your side of the mirror, and it is now
I casually
on the floor
scoop it up and
Please tell me it's just a full straight up gem like bonk knockout.
Yeah.
oh my god, yes, she just kind of falls backwards, immediately unconscious.
That's two of you unconscious now.
with an indigo gem sitting next to her.
No.
Oh.
Can I try and catch her? I'm behind her.
I probably hear the bonk, like, what? What happened?
I of course sexy fall when I pass out.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Oh, I'm outstretched over my head, right into Alviva's arms.
Perfect.
She's so much taller than Alviva.
You hear the booming voice of the dread Kronos echoing through the library, which is very surprising because it was very quiet in here. And you hear, "Congratulations! You have discovered almost half of my gems."
Great, so it is an intercom system.
It's more like a booming voice system, but yes. So yeah, library.
Man, we're so much more efficient after that sleep in the dungeons.
Yeah, honestly, I'm shocked.
Oh, you found another gem.
Jill's gonna pocket the gem.
I'm still passed out.
I think Aviva does not have the strength to continue holding Cacophony, and it's kind of slowly become a two people on the floor situation.
She's gonna like lean in and like kind of slowly lower. Anybody got some smelling salts?
You know what? Arturos probably carries salt with him. Just to remind him of home.
Honestly, Arturo seems like the kind of person who would carry smelling salts. Arturo seems like the kind of person who expects a fainting couch.
Yeah. Well, he pulls it out from I don't know where. He doesn't have pockets right now. But
None of us have pockets right now.
none of us have pockets. We're all very sexy. He pulls some smelling salts out and just whiffs it underneath Cacophony's nose.
Oh, her eyelids flutter back to life.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Goodness. Did we get it?
Yep.
Perfect. And then she slowly and luxuriantly sits up, rolling like she's in a yoga class.
How's your head?
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And she stands back up.
It's a good downward dog.
Thank you. You know, I ran a hot yoga class once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it sweaty or was it just full of hot people?
Things
It's
that Eastheim has invented that, despite not being out of the Viking age, brunch, hot yoga.
Hot yoga.
Very bougie, E-time.
Alright, so you've got more bookshelves. You've got the big swinging doors to the
All right.
south.
Don't forget mojitos. They invented mojitos.
Did invent mojitos.
Was it mojitos or was it
Mimosas, too. Why not both?
Mimosas.
Yeah, why not both?
And mojitos.
Yeah.
Yeah, mimosas.
All the M drinks.
Cacophony
Margaritas,
goes to try to
too.
open this door.
Which door?
The south door.
You find a relatively large room. It looks like it's probably a storage room. There is a like iron bars sort of blocking off a section to the west there with it's kind of like a jail cell door. Inside you can see a what looks like a map case or a scroll case. There's also a cabinet. There's also a ladder down at the southern end, and then there's another set of double doors. Make a perception check.
We've done too many good of these. This needs a failure. No, 24.
You hear some light skittering
No,
from
fuck.
the east.
Oh no, I hear light skittering.
What?
There are rats over there, I
Oh
think.
no, I hate rats.
Oh, okay, rats, that's fine.
Might be spiders, too.
Let's
But
do rats.
luckily none of us are scared of spiders here.
Oh,
But I'm betting rats, honestly.
Oh, rats are fun.
Arturo's kind of just picks up his feet one at a time, like, oh, I don't like rats.
I mean, at least then we won't starve if we're stuck here.
What?
That's true.
Okay,
Alviva has a point.
so this is like a cell cage over here on the west side?
Yeah.
Is there a door?
Yes, there's a door.
I want to check out this map.
The door is locked.
Mm-hmm.
Cacophony says, "Hold on, dears.
Wait, no, Alviva's got advantage on Alviva's got those gloves. She's
Oh,
really
that's
good
true.
at that.
Do you have thieves' tools yet, dear? Because here are mine. If so,
I don't know.
I don't think you do.
I don't think I do. Sure, I'll have a go.
Alright. Hit me with a,
Thieves' tools check,
Thieves'
so
tools
it would
check,
be...
yeah, I guess.
It would,
Dexterity.
it would be dexterity plus proficiency if you're proficient in Thieves' tools.
Oh.
But like the glove, she's got those like
The gloves of advantage, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I have advantage, and I don't know if I have proficiency in Thieves' Tools.
Which needs to be advantage on dexterity.
Okay, that would be a 14.
Yeah, you managed to unlock it, but as you pop it open, the cage creaks very loudly, and Cacophony at least hears the skittering from the next room stop.
The rats just stopped.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I mean, they heard the noise, and they're probably now staring at the store and wondering when fresh, delicious morsels are going to come through.
Oh, I'm not opening that door.
Yeah, the cage is now open.
Okay.
Yeah, you pick up the scroll case there. It's pretty big, actually. It's like about 3.5 feet long, and it's way heavier than you would expect.
Huh. I'm actually gonna take this back in. I'm actually gonna like pick this up and take this back into the well lit room
Mm-hmm.
to sort of put it next to this table and open the scroll case up.
It does not contain a scroll
Mm-hmm.
or a map. You kind of upend it, and out rolls a very large club, essentially the size and shape of a baseball bat,
Whoa.
that is also covered in intricate carvings.
Huh.
What a pretty steak.
Are they sexy?
Depending on how
I was also
sexy you
wondering if
find
they're
runes, they appear to all be runes of some kind.
That's not a sexy, no.
It's not a sexy club.
I'm just going to quickly check. Is there anything in the cabinet in this jail cell?
No, actually empty.
Okay.
Yeah. You hear a voice from that room to the east go, "Hello?"
Cacophony moves over that way and
Hi?
goes, "Hello, are you a rat?"
No. Are you a rat?
Yes.
Alviva looks very shocked.
Guys, where are you? Hey, guys, I
Uh,
found a club. What are you doing?
She's
Give me
a rat.
deception check.
You got it.
What's going on? Why are we talking about rats again?
24.
It bards!
Wow. Okay.
She's been a rat the whole
And that's a 7,
I
so
think she might be.
the voice from the other side goes, "Okay," and then the skittering resumes.
Hey,
Is it fun over there?
Yes. Very.
What are you doing?
Organizing.
What are you wearing?
what?
Nothing.
Nice.
Hey, guys,
Hmm?
real quick. Big Rudy club here?
Mr. Hurst, do you want to use a club?
I'm kind of good with the headbutts.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Hey, Arturos,
Hmm.
you're strong.
I can swing a big stick, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Here, you want to like... No, you're not smart. Anyone want to see what this is?
Wait, no,
I'm really tired.
Okay.
Please tell me Artie picks it up.
Oh, for sure. Wait, no. It would... Wait, does Jill have it in her hand, or was it on the ground?
Oh, Jill had, like, picked it up to carry it over to the
Cacophony
door.
will squint at it with Arcana since I'm proficient in everything.
Because if Jill handed it to Arturos, he definitely would have grabbed it.
And she reached it out and then, like, pulled it back. Wait, you're not smart.
Did Jill pick it up?
Yes.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw.
Excellent.
25.
25, cool. Okay, you have instantly become attuned to this weapon.
What?
Ooh. That's nice.
You now understand it. You can actually read the runes. They sort of shift under your vision and form themselves into recognizable words, but the rest of you don't see any of this. It's just Jill that sees it.
That's alright, Arturos doesn't read.
This weapon, according to the writing on it, is called Book Club.
What?
It is a +1 Great Club that can also store spells. Any spell with a range of touch can be cast on the club and then discharged as part of a successful hit. It also, as you continue looking at it, various stories come up, and it takes you a minute, and you realize that they are detailed accounts of the previous wielder's greatest accomplishments and eventual horrible demises. They are extremely compelling.
Are some of them sexy?
I guess?
I'm really excited for Jill to start hitting people with a baseball bat and healing them.
You gotta put charm person in the book club.
It's the new kind of healing rock. It's a healing club.
Is this so this is a great club. That sounds like it's a two-handed thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's the full description in the chat. Book club.
I don't know if I can actually use this.
This is my second favorite joke that I've put in an item in this adventure.
Just wait till you see the first.
Can I use this with the buckler on my
No.
hand? No? I would have to switch?
You would lose 2
It is.
AC, but you would gain the ability to cast spells by hitting people with a bat, so
Right, no.
Listen to your heart.
listen to your heart, Jill.
Listen to your
Oh
heart,
my
Jill.
god. Yeah, okay. She's gonna actually, you know what? I think I might want this.
It's all yours, dear.
You can't read anyway. Or don't. You don't read anyway. This would be lost on you.
Yeah, if Arturos had picked it up, I would need to know if Arturos could read.
I would prefer that you turned it into an audiobook.
Why don't we just keep that mystery going? Okay, Jill's got a book club now? Holy fuck.
Didn't you always have a book club? I thought that was a thing for your ship.
This one's literal. Well, I guess the other book club is very literary, but I don't know that it's literal.
Interesting.
You know what? What's up with the rat?
No.
He's just organizing.
Like a union?
Oh,
I'm just,
other rat friends.
how does
I'm
Elf
not
even
a
know what
rat.
a union is?
That's a great
It was
question.
in book club.
A woman doesn't really know what money is.
It's a word I heard once. I don't know what it means. I can pick up context.
Other rat friend, are you organizing, like, putting books in order? I know it's not necessarily books. Or are you organizing, like, you're getting a union together to go on strike?
I don't think Kronos likes unions.
There's a long pause, and yeah, that is the exact response. Yeah, the Dread Kronos has forbidden us from forming a union. Although there has been
that's not
talk.
good. That's been bad. That's bad.
Yeah,
You
he's a
shouldn't.
bad guy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We, you know, as a fellow rat, who has organized a union, I could help.
Okay, this is ridiculous. Jill's just gonna poke open the door.
All right. It reveals a quite large and spacious office. There is a desk covered in paper, cards, quills, inkwells, and there are 3 shelves. Well, there's 2 shelves and a cabinet on the other side. Skittering around on top of the desk
Alright.
is a weird little mechanical insect that's about 3 feet tall.
Aw.
And as you open the door, it turns its head and looks at you.
Oh, thank God, it's just a bug.
And it goes, "Hello."
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Oh
Hey.
no, it's named Dewey. I hate you.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
I love it.
Yes! Yes, good. Excellent. Yes.
Hello, Siska Company, the rat.
Hi, we're not rats. What's up?
I am technically a rat.
I'm not gonna unpack that.
Dewey sort of looks you up and down and goes, "No, you're not rats," and then skitters over and picks up a set of 5 index cards and dips one of its little claws into an inkwell and begins writing on the index
neat.
cards.
What are you writing?
Your applicable information?
Oh, sweet. What do you want to know about me?
Are you planning on killing us? First off, are you planning on attacking us? Or are you more like Grail?
Dewey's head tilts to the side and goes, "I don't believe attacking is one of my functions."
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna look over Dewey's shoulder. I want to see what he's writing about
Same.
me.
It's weirdly enough, it's like your names, species, classes,
Does he write Cacophony or Jilwyn?
He also writes Cacophony.
Okay.
And just kind of like, finishes and then like neatly organizes them into a little stack and sets them on the corner, and then continues skittering around the table. And you can see that like there are like book titles on a lot of these index cards that are sort of being organized, and that the shelves are have several books on them, but there are also like a card catalog. The one on the upper the northeastern corner of the room is a very large card catalog. As you stand in silence, Dewey looks up and goes, "May I help you?"
No, I'm just admiring your work.
How are you getting that?
Well, I don't think Dewey can shrug given the limitations of his physical form. But it looks over at you and goes, "It's my job."
So you just...
As though that answers your question.
You just know these things about us?
Uh-huh.
Just by looking at us?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, dear, just on a personal level, first you need to build an organizing committee and figure out what issues you want to discuss and focus on. I can help you with that later.
Okay, yes, that's great, absolutely organized, but also, the boss is listening at all times, and we don't actually want to get these guys any more fucked than they already are.
That's fair, that's true. Don't worry about us, Red Kronos!
A lot of don't worry about it going on in this adventure.
Are we not the only guests right now?
What's through this door?
Are you asking Dewey?
Yeah, of course.
Dewey looks up. Stairs!
Oh, thank you! She opens the door.
The door opens to reveal...
Stairs.
Spiral staircase leading up and down.
Are you gonna know when we die? Like, are you just filling out all of our information as we go?
Do you know how we die?
Dewey again tilts his head and goes, "Are you asking if I am currently aware of when and how you will die?
Yes.
Or if when you die, I will have access to that information?"
Well, I'm asking the second one. It sounds like
I'm
Alviva's
asking
asking
the
the
first
first one.
Yeah.
So both.
No. And no. I mean, eventually I will know, but I won't know immediately.
Oh, his first name's Eustace.
Cacophony snaps, and abruptly her costume changes, to, a gray tutu with gray leg warmers and, a gray hood with pink ears.
What? Oh my god, this is going to
Sexy
be
rat, isn't
sexy.
it?
Yeah.
Sexy mouse.
Her rapier.
It's a sexy mouse.
Her rapier is a piece of cheese.
Arcturus hates it.
How? I don't know how that works. A rapier being a piece of cheese. I can't get my head around that.
It's just
string cheese.
It's a large
String
triangle.
cheese.
String cheese.
It's string cheese. Ooh, yeah.
I like that all of you know Dewey's name because it is written on the map, but none of you in character should know if you have not asked.
Arcturus doesn't care.
So, Mr. Bugman, what is your name?
I'm Dewey, your card catalog friend.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Can I help you find a book or check something out?
Do you have any good romance novels?
Dewey cocks his head for a second and goes, "No, there are none in the library currently. I believe they're all upstairs."
Upstairs? Thank you! And she goes to go upstairs.
Sorry, however long we've been in this room, I only now got the joke. So that's where we're at.
Hey, Dewey.
Yes?
Is this like a puzzle?
Dewey stares at you blankly and goes, "I'm not sure what you mean. Do you need like a book on puzzles or
No, like are we supposed, is there like a thing that we need to do?
Do you have a book on how to defeat vampires?
Oh, that's a good one.
Dewey flips through some cards. Yes.
Can I check it out?
Do you have a library card?
I probably have one for Eastheim, but I'm gonna pull out. Let's face it, Jill's the kind of nerd who keeps a library card on her at all times. I'm gonna pull out a library card. Pass it over.
Dewey looks at the library card.
It's from Stormhaven.
Jumps off the desk, skitters out here.
Oh my god.
returns a moment later with a large-ish book with a black leather cover and hands it to you and goes, "Is this the book you're looking for?"
What's the title?
It's literally called How to Kill Vampires.
I'm gonna just open it. Is this a language I can read?
Yeah, it's written in common.
Yes.
You solved the puzzle.
The pages are heavily bloodstained, but it's legible.
Somebody ask him where some of the gems are.
I just like to imagine that someone has this book and they're reading it while trying to kill a vampire.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Does this mean that there are perhaps a map of the castle here?
Dewey stops for a second and goes, "I do have some maps for previous versions of the castle, but they are not currently up to date."
They're from previous editions of Dungeons and Dragons.
Is it accurate at all for some of these floors?
The map I have of the library is very accurate. And Dewey hops off the desk, skitters back out to the library, and returns momentarily with an atlas-sized book that he sets on the table and opens up, and you can see a very detailed ink drawing of the library.
Oh,
it's so cute.
Do you have a book on answers to riddles?
Do you have a library card?
How many books can I check out on my library card?
3?
Yeah, I want to see if we have that. Can we see one of those?
I do have a book on riddles.
No, not more riddles. Answers to riddles.
Books contain all the answers.
Oh my god! How about a book on on magic gems? Magic color-coded gems?
Yeah.
In castles?
Skitter, skitter, skitter. Skitter, skitter, skitter. He comes back with a book on gems.
It's a book on gem and holograms, isn't it?
No, it's a book on actual gemstones, but it is definitely not what you are looking for. It is essentially the section of the Dungeon Master's Guide detailing various magic gems.
Ha! It's a bunch of tables.
I was also hoping for some sort of rock band group in space called Gem.
Dewey wants you to open a book and open up your mind.
I don't know how to respond to this.
It's a song lyric from the literacy episode. One of them.
Right.
Okay.
Dewey holds up a stamp. So did you want to check these 3 out? Or...
I actually don't think this one on gems is going to help my research project that I have.
This book on your maps is not very helpful for our current predicament.
Skitter, skitter, skitter. He puts the books away and then returns.
Hey, out of curiosity, I picked up a book earlier that had a wood cover and had a little diary lock on it. What was that?
Dewey thinks for a second, goes,
it was on the third shelf from the south side of the room.
Yes, I'm familiar with it. That was a spell book.
What kind of spell book?
A wizard spell book, arcane spells. It was donated by a previous patron of the castle library.
So he died.
Yes.
What about same shelf? There was a white wood book with gold writing on it. It was in Draconic.
That one was the spell book.
Oh, okay. What was the one with the lock on it?
I thought that one was.
That was the guy in planar safety.
The manual of planar safety. That's what it was. Yeah, it was a book about various precautions you should take when traveling to different planes of existence.
It was locked. Is there a key?
I could open it for you if you'd like to check it out.
Okay.
Skitter, 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 skitter.
I'm that library patron. I'm looking for a book. It's got a red cover. Why haven't you found it yet?
One of Dewey's little legs opens up and reveals a very sophisticated-looking pick, and he opens up the book. It is the Manual of Planar Safety.
Neat.
What kind of books do you have on plants?
I have several books on plants. Is there a specific aspect of plants that you would like to know about?
Kissing plants?
Love?
She's not looking for aphrodisiac plants.
What's that?
Exactly.
I don't believe I have that.
It'd be upstairs, calls Cacophony from the stairwell.
I mean, like, scientifically, like, can plants love?
I have a book on dryads that might help.
No, I don't think that's the same thing.
I feel like this is a question for Veli, really.
You know, most adventurers don't spend this much time with Dewey, your card catalog friend.
We love him.
Look at him. He's our friend. It's him and the flail snail. This is the only positive experience we've had here.
And the corpse flower.
For you. Corpse flower did hit me with a corpse.
It can't help it.
Anyway, is there a book that can help us find the other gems in the castle?
No.
Figured I'd ask.
Not in this section of the library, currently.
Currently?
I'm afraid. Yeah, well, we're getting new books all the time.
Right,
That's why
sure.
I'm so busy with the organizing.
Cacophony?
Uh-huh.
Keep an eye on your smut books. I assume you've got like 5 on you right now. And a mouthful of food?
Eating popcorn. Let's go upstairs.
Okay, I'm gonna check out these books.
Okay, Dewey pulls out a stamp and stamps them, and then returns your library card.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Please return them.
When?
Before you die?
I'll do my best.
I mean, the standard checkout time is 2 weeks, but no one has ever lived that long after checking a book, so just before you die would be great.
Okay. Hey, do you have a soul in you, out of curiosity?
I have several books on metaphysics.
The librarian.
I just mean, if this castle, poof, what happens to you?
I don't know. That is beyond the purview of my function.
Don't give the nice bug an existential crisis.
Dewey.
I'm just saying we could probably offer him a job somewhere.
Yes, as she says, the lady I don't really know that well.
No.
If we are to survive this castle and we actually win, would you like to join us on our ship and help organize our books?
Well, how organized is your library currently, and what is its size?
Currently it is about 300 books.
It's growing all the time.
Growing all the time. We always add new books to it.
We're trying to organize by author and genre.
Yeah, and genre. It's of romance and things like that. And we've got some magazines too that I just don't know what to do with.
Periodicals. Dewey nods and says, but the term of my employment is until the destruction of the castle.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, just in case. Just
in case.
Just in case.
Wanted to gauge your interest.
Dewey nods.
Okay.
With his weird mechanical bug face.
You're weird. I love you. Keep doing the good work. Thanks for the books.
Gem Jammer is performed by Annie Creighton, Kit Walker, Mackenzie Weaver, and Vicky Sharon, and it is edited by Jake Mason. Our character designs were concepted by Rio, who you can find at vriosart on Twitter, and our cover art was illustrated by Canary Witch, who you can find at doodlesfromthebird.tumblr.com. Our opening and closing music is by Reckoning Storm Audio Works. You can find more episodes of this show, as well as our other shows and news at our website, crookedrussiancam.horse. You can find us on Twitter at CRC Podcasts and on Tumblr at crookedrussiancam.tumblr.com. If you want to support us, a like, rating, review, subscribe wherever you find our podcast is super helpful and helps us get discovered. And if you want to give us some money, you can do that at patreon.com/thegemjam or ko-fi.com/crookedrussiancam.
Welcome back to the Gem Jammer Christmas special.
It is Christmas now.
It's the Christmas
Can you
Spooktacular
save
now.
Christmas from this evil castle?
We've established
Yes.
Christmas and Halloween are the same and exist overlapping in your heart if you're brave enough to believe.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Juliana just has the midwinter Berthinox.